Legal expert Brydon DeWitt is here to answer some of your questions about what it means for you. Brydon, thank you for coming in.
Glad to be here.
This is, again, that confusing act. So many of our viewers have questions. Just because it starts today, there are still some exceptions. This isn't meaning that everybody can go out today or tomorrow and get that free care.
That's right. Today is the deadline, but it's not that simple. First of all, if your plan was in place on March 23rd, 2010, which is the date that President Obama signed the Affordable Care Act into law, these provisions may not apply to you. If your plan has not been changed since that date, it's called a grandfathered plan. And so the preventative care services requirements do not apply to grandfathered plans. If the plan has been modified, then it's a non-grandfathered plan and these provisions do apply. And then second of all, although today is the deadline, the requirement applies to plan years or policy renewals that occur on or after today's date. So many employers, for example, have calendar year plan years. That means their plan year begins on January 1. So these new requirements will not apply to you if you have a calendar year plan until January 1, 2013.
Now, of course, contraception, that is a big part of this that a lot of people are focusing on. In fact, one of our Facebook viewers asked this question. It's also about women's health care here. Does this cover an annual checkup? Is that the case?
It does. In fact, the new requirement provides that the plans must cover at no cost sharing, so no deductible, no co-pays, no co-insurance, an annual well-woman visit.
And here's another one, again, about contraception. We had two viewers that answered pretty similar ones. Does it cover all birth control or certain types of birth control? And then another individual asked, does it cover IUDs? What about tying your tubes?
Well, the contraceptives provision requires coverage for any FDA-approved contraceptive device, medication, or even sterilization. So it's a sweeping requirement to cover anything approved by the Food and Drug Administration.
And many of this still is a wait and see because there will be some new developments then next year around this time.
That's right. For religious organizations, there's a one-year safe harbor where they do not have to comply until a year from now to let some things sort out, some litigation and some guidance from the government. And then also, this is a continuing renewal with the government, that every year the government produces a list of preventative care services required under the Act, and then those provisions go into effect a year later. So next August we'll have another list of preventative care services required to be covered.
All right. Thank you, Brydon, for explaining a few of those things for our viewers tonight. Jean, let's head over to you.